So today we're gonna focus on translucid loose powder. So what are the deal with these three bad boys and what do they do? So they come in three colors: natural, okay, we have silver rose, which is a really soft blushy rose color, and then bronze dust. So let me tell you how I use them and then a little bit of tips and tricks that you can utilize with them to make them very versatile. So I don't even have them on yet. Our powders are really great because they help to absorb oils off of your skin to give you more of a matte finish, but they also contain plant-derived amino acid that helps with preventing wrinkles. So it's an anti-wrinkle treatment in the process. And what's really cool about these is that they don't get cakey in fine lines or wrinkles. So when you use them, you're not going to see any buildup in fine lines. It's more of a sheer, that's what translucid means. So it's a sheer powder, very lightweight, nothing heavy. In the summertime, I actually keep natural in my purse because I tend to get very sweaty in the heat, how hot it is. Dust it on, it absorbs all the oils and gives me a nice matte finish. So first off, depending on what kind of look that you like to go for, you might be one that likes more of a dewy look, but not matte, which I like sometimes. And then other moments, you might like a more mattified look. That's where sometimes powders come in or setting comes into play. And we don't need to set our makeup, you guys. It has long-lasting technology, but if you do want that mattifying look, you can utilize this. So first, let's talk about natural, okay? So natural is really great because this can work for a variety of skin tones because it adjusts specifically to your skin tone and because it's so translucid. The way that I use natural is like right now, all I did was my skincare. I just saw some of the dust. So on days that I am not going to do makeup, but I'm just doing my skincare, I want to give a nice polished matte look. I will just dust it all over my face like this. Okay, you might see the dust flying around. Okay. Another cool thing about these powders is that they have protection from the sun, a mechanical shield as well. So you can kind of see now, it's kind of like given a little bit more softness to it, and just kind of matted my look from when I put the skincare on. So I do that on skincare only days. But then after I'm done with my makeup, I like to do that. Sometimes I do that all over, or I will do just here. Okay. Okay. So that's just the natural. Now I might use all three in one application. I might use just one. It just depends. So I'm going to show you bronze dust now. What I really like about the bronze dust is just that. I use it as bronzer and blush. So as blush right now, I'm going to go like this. And you can kind of see the color, okay, coming out. And I'm not going too heavy. What's really cool about these tubes here is that you can have a little bit more control of how much you want to apply. If you want more precise application, you just move this up. Like if you want to do contouring with this bronzer, which you can just go like that and it'll be more of a defined line. So I can do bronzing up here, wherever you want to add darkness on your face that you have been in the sun. So like right now, I'm in quarantine and I'm gonna just put this stuff all over because I wanna look like I've got color and I've been laying out in Cabo, okay? So I might just go a little bit like that, okay? So that is bronze dust. It has the most subtle shimmer. It's nothing crazy, very subtle. Like you can barely see a crazy shimmer. Now, if I go heavier, I go like this to get more of the color out of the bristles. You can see it coming out there and I always go like that. Okay, do you see that? That coloring right there? Look at that. That's a really pretty blush. color or just a bronzer. I put the bronzer even over my blush. I might have already done the Toasted Rose blush scent, and then I go over it with a little bit of this. If I'm just using this as blush, then I go a little bit heavier on there, as I did right there. Now we're gonna go on to Silver Rose, and I love Silver Rose. I wear this all the time. It is a really soft pink shade. This does have a shimmery look to it, which I love. So the way that I utilize Silver Rose is always just kind of like a topper over my makeup. I mostly use it that way, but sometimes I do use it as blush by itself. It just depends on what I'm feeling. I tend to just go over what I already did, but because I didn't do a lot of blush here, let's go heavier. Okay, so you can see, do you see that like shimmer there? Nothing crazy, but it's a very soft pink. See? So, whereas bronze, I will dust all over for color, I will keep the Silver Rose just as a blush overlay color, okay? Look how pretty that is. I love it. So I always do that over my makeup. These are always the last step in your makeup routine for your face. Another tip that I wanted to say, like I touched on, you can have control of the brush with precision, as I said, like that. Whereas just like anything, if you want to blend more, you will have it more flexible and fluffy to move the color around. You can also add natural powder to your tinted moisturizer or your foundation, not in the bottle, but to pre-mix, and it'll make your makeup look a little bit heavier. It'll give it a more heavier coverage. So I would put it on maybe something like this or on the top of my foundation bottle cap, and I will put the foundation here or the tinted moisturizer, pump it on there, and then I will open this and I will tap just a tiny bit like that, and then I will just pre-mix it. I will apply it and you'll get a little bit heavier coverage, which is a really cool tip, okay? So now for those who get new powder, this is a new one right here. I like just primed it barely a second ago, but I'm gonna continue, I'm not done. So the way to prime this, okay, this is what I always say. You want to pull, you can pull the cap off. There's two ways, okay? You can pull the cap off and you can pump it. That's one option until you start to see the powder coming from there. Do you see it? It's dusting out. You see? That's one way. So you can do that. Or another thing I always do pump it a little bit, but also I go like this. Okay? I do that alongside with pumping. And if you can see, do you see it? The dust particles are coming out of the bristles. So once you do that, you pump it a little bit and then you go like that, it's ready to be used. So these last a long time because it's such a super fine dusting that you're applying, unless you're always dumping out color to mix with foundation or the CCTM. It's really up to you. It comes down to personal preference, but for the most part, these tubes will last a really long time. Like I've had, was it this other one? Do you see it's almost empty? I've had this for a really long while. Like, I want to say like 9 months maybe? A really long time. Like when you're just dusting it on like that, that's very, very minimal. So these are great. They are $50, but they're on sale for 15% off again till Sunday, you guys. So if you have any interest in trying this out, they're amazing. I promise you will love it. You will want to snag it before this deal is over. I'm super excited to send you guys some happy mail. In this time, we all could use some happy mail. Am I right? Yeah. Thank you for sticking with me on learning about some powders. I will catch you later.